What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I've had a lot of normal work, 9 to 5 job stuff to take care of. But I wanted to come back and give you guys an update on what's been going on with the crypto, as well as in the thumbnail, kind of explain, how all this has affected me physically, mentally, how it's affected my family, everyone else, and not just with Luna and the crash that happened back a couple weeks ago, but crypto in general, and what some other people might have run into, and see if this might be relatable. So, one tipping point for me was how it could be affecting my family, right? So back in November of last year, October of last year, the company I work for, I was getting a lot of pressure of where I was going to go next, what my next job was going to be, growing within my career. They're trying to move people around. And before I was voluntold where I was going to be working from next, I work, remote out in the field, but in a territory. I had to jump on an opportunity where I knew I would have possibility of fairly reasonable travel from that place to the next, or to go back home to visit with my kid and my girl. So the opportunity down in Florida opened up, and I knew there was cheap flights, so I went ahead and jumped on that opportunity, and keeping an eye on some opportunities in the future where I could be able to move back, because after we were in a position for at least 1 year, you're allowed to apply to a new position. So through that, trying to afford 2 households, and be able to afford the travel between both places. Mind you, the past 6-8 months, with gas prices going up because Biden's an idiot, the cost of living has gone up. Rent in the Tampa Bay area has went up by 40% in just a couple months. I mean, I got a little 1-bedroom apartment here. They just raised my rent to $2,300 a month. Like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you are, there's not a lot of you, but there are some people out there have a lot of negative comments in these videos, that are hating on me about, I don't know, my decision to try to throw that much money into the market. But the truth is, the reason why I've even taken that deep of a risk in investing, or not even investing, in trading these coins, and why I took that $30,000 of zero interest credit card money to put in the market, is because I was trying to use that as income to be able to afford to travel back and forth, pay for 2 households, and be able to see my kid. You know what I mean? So that was the reason behind it. And so that's when it comes into this mental and physical health piece. So I had been probably glued to these charts way too much over the past 9 months. I mean, even when me and my girl are sitting, going to bed, ready to watch a movie and spend some time together, I still had to have my laptop up on the dresser and have the crypto up, the charts, just in case it took off and ran, that I was able to take advantage and sell out so I could buy back in lower, and take advantage of some moves. I've been this hit that I took with Luna really set me back in the finances to be able to handle all this and juggle it. And where it really hit me was last weekend. I was working up in North Carolina. I had to drive home to Tampa the next day, and my son came in, and he knew I was leaving, so he asked me, like, "Hey, Dad, when am I going to see you?" Or like, "When are you going to come back?" And I was sad to say, like, "Hey, buddy, at the end of next month, I gotta move to a new apartment." And so along with that, and unfortunately, I lost a bit of money, and things are a little bit tight. I might not be able to come back for a little while. So it might be a couple months, or at least maybe 2 months before I can get back up here. And I could see in his eyes that it hurt him, you know, it was sad for him. So anyways, I went back to work, and he came back like 20 minutes later, and was holding his piggy bank, and he wants to give it to me, and he says, "Here, Dad, you can use this. You can have my piggy bank, and that way you can stay or come back." And that was that one hit you, you know. So at that point, I knew I had to do something. That this wasn't gonna work. So fortunately, there was a position that opened up recently, and although I've only been in my current area for 8 months, I was given the opportunity to be allowed to apply. So I just put in this application for a position back in North Carolina with my same company, which if I could get this, it would be a dream come true. So all of you out there who are rooting for me, please, you know, pray for me that I have the opportunity to get this position, because that would be a dream come true. So anyway, this stuff, crypto, trading, worrying about finances can definitely weigh on you a lot. To the tune of, you know, you guys see me out here, I'm wearing no shirt, okay? It's just normally a common thing for me. It's not because I'm out here trying to show myself off. It's just because, frankly, I don't even keep the AC on. I'm trying to keep bills down. So, you know, if it's just me here, I'm sitting in here at my computer with no shirt on. But some of the toll that this all has had on me since the move, since the loss in the crypto, and everything else, I have literally, so this is me here today, right? And you would have seen in the thumbnail, that was me 8 months ago before I moved. And I have literally lost about 25 to 30 pounds, most of which is muscle, and put on a little bit of fat, simply because I, you know, haven't been able to work out because I don't have the time. And you know what, I used to look at people who say they don't have time to work out as that's bullshit. You can always make 30, 40 minutes to work out 4 or 5 times a week. But frankly, I would get home from work and I would be focusing on crypto, and I was just so mentally exhausted when I did have the opportunity. I just couldn't fathom bringing myself to the gym. So along with that, probably a much more poor diet. I used to eat 5, 6, 5 to 700 calorie clean meals a day. I was into the bodybuilding stuff. It was a hobby for me. I wasn't trying to make it into a career, but I enjoyed doing it. Back in 2013, back in college, I was really, really into it. And unfortunately, I herniated 2 discs in my back that really messed me up for about 1.5 years, where I was in 24-hour pain, and pretty much ruined my life because I was almost bedridden. I couldn't sleep on a bed. I had to lay on the floor. I had to eat tons of painkillers just to get through every single night. And fortunately, I got blessed with an amazing surgery that the Laser Spine Institute of Tampa ended up writing off the $83,000 of the surgery for me, because the owner of that place was a member at the golf course I was working for, and he was so sick of seeing me limping around, they wanted to help me. So that was probably the biggest blessing of my life. And now all I got is this little tiny scar on my back from where they did a little incision. So anyway, after that, I got back into shape, started working out again. But over the past 9 months, I've completely fell off. So, which your physical, the way that you feel physically is definitely going to have a big impact on how you feel mentally. Okay. So, I know I need to get back into eating properly, which at least this morning I'm working on it. I got some, pretty plain oatmeal, right? Oatmeal is a superfood, by the way. Breakfast of champions. But, I just wanted to talk about that because I think, a lot of people can get consumed with the trading, the investing, the amount of money that they have in there. And that can have a huge effect on not just your mental state, but also your physical state and on those around you. So, if I had one piece of advice around that, I would say that you should definitely try to separate the time that you're putting into trading, investing, or whatever, and the time that you're going to set aside for yourself to, take care of your own self, some sort of, balance between the two, work-life balance, if you consider, the crypto parts and investing work. But you have to give yourself balance. You have to step away from the charts every day, and dedicate some of your time and energy to your loved ones as well as yourself. Because I have not been doing that enough myself. But anyway, it's definitely been a rough journey over the past couple months. But now I've got some opportunities ahead of me. And frankly, I haven't been to the gym in 9 months. I see some comments that, that they think I'm like all vain and working out all the time. Honestly, I haven't been in the gym once. But I will say this, if you guys jump out here and give this video 1,000 likes, I will do the craziest transformation you all have ever seen in 90 days. So there's a challenge out there. If y'all want to see me do a crazy transformation and in 90 days put on, I don't know, I got great muscle memory. I could probably put 20 pounds on of muscle in 90 days and drop some fat and get ripped up. So if y'all want to see that, smash up the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, and we'll see where this video goes. See if my fan base out there wants to see this transformation. So it'll be somewhat of a physical, recovery as well as a recovery in the cryptocurrency market. Now, and there's also, I will touch on this, there's a lot of guys or a lot of comments out there, who are saying, and now the $7,500 is like $5,000. This is gambling, nothing to do with investments of all kinds, blah, blah, blah. I already explained what the difference is between investing and gambling. I know when I have gambled and when I have invested and when I have traded. But if y'all want to see where I'm at currently, and mind you, I did put a little bit more funds in there, but you know what? They can all suck it. How about that? Okay. So I'm not a full recovery, and that's not all profit, but nonetheless, I'm making progress and I'm set up for success, and I got a little bit more time. So if you guys want to see me grow this account, you want to see me transform my body at the same time and show you guys something you've never seen happen in 90 days, smash up the like button, subscribe, and always remember, before you start your day, you got to get your mind right, trade with caution, never trade with more money than you can afford to lose, and stay fresh out there. No shirt gang. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.